Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to SevTech Ages here on the CreedCraft server. Thank you very much for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So last episode we were with Nathan, we saw where we're actually going to be building. That is over that way, beyond the old abandoned church over there, through the swampland and through a mountain into a really nice little valley, a little hidden valley with cliffs on three sides. We're not going to be going over there quite yet. We are still a little bit early in the game to be wandering off on our own away from all the light, because we still don't have the ability to actually make torches in any decent quality or in any decent quantity. I think we may be able to make these. What are these called again? Because we can pick them up, I think we can make them. So that's Totem Torch. Let's just have a look at Totem Torch, see what that is. Totem Torch, so that is a lit fibre torch and 2 sticks. And the lit fibre torch itself, let's have a look. Wow, we actually spell fibre correctly, that's good. So fibre, unlit fibre torch is leather cordage and a stick. Can we use anything else? Twine, leather cordage, plant twine, yeah. So we need a load of grass and a load of sticks to make these torches. So yeah, actually yes, we can do that. However, the next advancement we need to do is this SubMelter base. If you don't have a liquid fuel, so try solid ones. Craft a heater to get started. Note you'll need to match a heater and melter bases types for them to work together. Porcelain will not match the seared version. I think, considering we're going to be getting into tinkers fairly soon, it's one of the first things I want to set up. I might actually set up a temporary one here as well. But I'm going to make the seared versions of these. Again, if we go to here and I can have a look at the heater. There's 2 different versions. There's a porcelain heater and the seared heater. The porcelain heater is porcelain bricks, a stone grill and 2 clay barrel extensions. The seared heater is 6 seared bricks, so we can make them fairly easily. We just need some gravel, sand and what is it? Gravel, sand and maybe dirt? No, clay. Gravel, sand and clay. Stone grill and 2 barrel extensions. So they're fairly easy to get. However, all of our materials for that is back over at spawn. So we're going to head back over there. Now my idea is hopefully by the end of this episode we will have done that and we will be in Age 1 and we will be at a much better place to be able to go out on our own and do stuff. I'm hoping to have a Tinker's Forge set up and some Tinker's weapons made, Tinker's tools and weapons made, and also we'll see what we can do about the armour, see if there's anything better we can get in the way of armour. That's pretty much where I want to be by the end of today. How do you think this series has gone so far? Are you enjoying it? Do you like the world which has been built up here and the way we're going about setting it all up? Let me know down in the comments. Is there anything you want me to see? Anything you want me to build? Anything you want me to do on here this season? Because I'm always up for ideas, and you've seen where I'm going to be setting up my base and seen the layout of all of this. I want a little... I'll just stop here and just talk slightly about it. What I want to do is we've got all this big path and I want to have little areas where you can come off this path and just see something really kind of not very intricately built, but something interesting in all of these kind of little nooks and crannies just off the path where people will have left their mark on the landscape throughout the years. That's kind of what I want to do. Just maybe a little seating area, a little cairn maybe, something like that. But we can do all over the server, just tiny little things we can do every so often. So we are back here now at spawn. I've been talking for ages as well. Oh no, my horse has disappeared. Wonderful. Gonna have to head out of the chunks and come back in for him to reappear. So I'm gonna need all of my clay. Probably the ink sacks maybe as well. Let's get all of the clay. And then we have some sand, some gravel. Yeah, clay, sand and gravel. Haven't got much of each. I'll get some dirt as well. Is there anything else we need here? Let's have a look at the requirements for the seared bricks. That is seared bricks, which is in a clay kiln, grout. So grout is in a millstone. We can use Nathan's millstone for this. I suppose... Yeah, no, because you need all the turntable stuff about the cranks and the water mill and all of that stuff. So we're going to use Nathan's millstone, actually get into the community stuff a bit more now. We've started off on our own very well, but now I think we can actually afford to start using a little bit until we get set up ourselves. So with that millstone we need, again, grout. Sand, clay, gravel. One of each makes 2 grout. That's not bad. So here we are over at Nathan's mill, and now we should be able to use this millstone here. So if I put in that and that, this should start now producing the grout that we need. I can probably speed up this process a little bit by priming this, actually, just like that, and then I'll gather up whatever's left at the end. So this should start now producing grout down the bottom here. Excellent. And it's not going to do it amazingly fast, but each one of these will become a seared brick. So we're going to need how many in total? So that's 1 block, we need 6. So in fact, let's have a look at the melter, see how many we need in total. So the seared melter, this is a small version of a smelter. It can melt metals but not make alloys. And that's going to need another 6. One of those we got last time, another grill and a primal chest advance. We can use one of the ones we've got already to do that. So we need 12 of these in total, so we need 48 of these grout, and that should be okay. So will we get 48? Almost definitely yes we will. So yeah, let me wait until this is finished, and then I will put all of this through a furnace, and then these will become seared bricks. So we've nearly done with the grout now. I've put the last 16 onto this grill here. Pick up those lot. You can only do a maximum of 16 at a time in there. And then if I turn all of these into seared bricks, that'll give me 8 of them. So this is the first recipe here we're going to make. And then this will be the second recipe in these 9 slots. So we've actually got enough now to do the heater, and we'll nearly have enough to do the melter in a second once all those have cooked up. So I've made these clay barrel extensions very easy, just 3 clay down one side, 3 clay down the other, makes a unfired clay barrel extension, and then they get put into a kiln and become fired, or just a regular clay barrel extension. So these ones down that side there, and then the grill in the middle, and then we can do that, and there we go, there's an achievement. There's a SubMelter base, and so now what we need to do is the actual melter itself. Let's get down and melty. So there's only a couple more things we need from this. We need that to go in that top slot, and we need this chest which I've emptied out, which I think I need a axe to do. So it is a flame grilled whopper, stone grill in the centre, primal chest on the outside. So let's get some of this into the crafting grid. So that one on the top, seared bricks around the outside, that at the bottom, and that in the centre. And just waiting for the last 4 of these to cook. This buffalo is really annoying. There's another one. Can I do anything about you? Do you run if I punch you? Or do you attack? Yes, you run. Good. I was worried that it would actually start attacking me because I really don't want to be hit by one of those things. But now that I know they're passive, yep, I can get rid of them fairly easily. Just one more. Anytime now. Come on. There we go. There's the final brick. Into there. And there we go. Bit of lag. Welcome to Age 1. And as a reward we get materials anew from Tinkers. So yes, Tinkers will definitely be the next thing we start looking at. Which means I'm going to need a lot more grout and a lot more of that stuff. But first of all, let's just have a look at what we can actually do now. So we have the heater, which is a solid fuel heater. So let's put this up somewhere, say here. So the solid fuel, say coal or wood, goes into there. And then this goes on top. And then this is a tiny little furnace. A tiny little Tinker's furnace, or Tinker's smeltery. But this one won't do alloys, so all we can... alloys? So all we can do is kind of seared brick. We can make seared brick a lot easier with this now. I think, anyway. And we can make all kinds of other stuff with it as well. So let's have a look at the recipe for seared brick. Is there anything else we can do? Seared bricks, casting, what's this? Seared stone, smelting, grout. Okay, so yes, we still have to do the grout. We can't just smelt stone, just regular stone. We have a look at the advancements tab now. This is all of Age 0 stuff. Over up here we can go welcome to Age 1. And here you can see we finally get to crafting tables, furnaces, all the regular stuff we normally use. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of that and make an actual crafting table. And place that down there. So now we have access to actual crafting tables. And I want to see if it is the regular thing. It's not a regular recipe to get a crafting table from Tinkers, so we'll have to see what that is. But yeah, we actually have a proper crafting table now, so we don't need any more of these crafting rocks. So I am actually going to throw that away and throw that away. I don't need them anymore. We're just taking up inventory space. So next thing I want to make is an actual furnace, which surprisingly we don't get a yes we do, there you go, we get a achievement for, and place that there. So now we need to make charcoal. Charcoal's going to be a bit more of an interesting process, but there is a couple more things I want to do first. So biggest thing is chests. We actually have proper chests now. So yeah, that's such a huge upgrade. Using these is nice and for decorative use, but for inventory management the chests are going to be massive. So I'm going to place these on there. And we've got 2 more. Put them on there. So now we have 4 big large chests to actually use for storage, and we're going to use these up until the point where we can actually head over to the new area, but there are a few more things we need to get sorted first. I've just spent a bit of time cleaning up this area a bit, so I put a fence post in with a lead on to keep the horse where he should be. And over here I've put some labels onto the chest, so I've got mob drops, building supplies, stuff and things. And there's various different things in all of these. I've still got to sort it out completely, but yeah, it's a lot better than it was. I've also put the grill over here out of the way. It was setting fire to the flowers before over there, so thought I'd move it over to there. I've created up a load of more seared brick because I was going to build a tinker's forge and get started on all of that, build some weapons. However, if we have a look at in here with tinkers, we don't yet have access to the parts builder or the pattern chest, any of the patterns, so we're still a little bit behind the curve with that. So if we have a look at the advancements, the next one we actually need to do is prospecting. I think there's a couple we can do before that though. I just want to quickly craft a hoe so that we've got that down. So that's 2 of those and 2 of these, just so that we can quickly get that one out of the way. There's a stone hoe. Has that unlocked anything else? No, it hasn't. We can also probably do one of these clay barrels as well. So if we have a look at clay barrel, unfired clay barrel is a Y shape. So we should have, do we have any more clay actually? That's a question. Yes, we've got some. So if we build a unfired clay barrel and an unfired barrel extension, put those in there, can put, let's see, in here. This is going to waste a lot, I know, but these are fairly easy to make. So I can put this one in there. Oh, that doesn't work right in there. Okay. So let's also make up a, what's it called? Kiln. Which I need a concrete slab for. So concrete slab, and that. Now can I fire it in here? Oh yes, I know what I need to do. So if I bring that one out, and that one. Now this low grade I can put into here. Apparently it doesn't skip across, so I will need a couple of sticks, or 4 sticks. One in my offhand, one in my main hand. Can light this up. I will need a piece of dirt there so that I can place this against that dirt and take this away. So now we have once this becomes there, this is now a clay kiln rather than unfired clay kiln, and we can just quickly fire these up and we can have these 2 achievements as well. So there we go, that is those 2. We need to place it on top of a barrel though to get this achievement. So if we place down, say, I think I'm going to want a block just to lift it up by 1. So then if I place the clay barrel on there and the barrel extension on there, that'll give me that achievement. And that means we can have a spout coming out of here into something here. And that something will be this basin, wooden basin. So the basin is oak and sticks. So we need the oak and the sticks. For one of them. and that will go down there. And then we need some of the other stuff in here. Follow my channel, please. This is the pour liquid onto the channel using a normal or porcelain faucet. So we need a tap, and then aqueducts for moving water around. So if we have a look at faucets, is porcelain faucet or regular faucet? Okay, so we're going to need one of those anyway for our Tinker's Forge later on, and that can go onto there. And so this, when it rains, this will fill up with water, and then we can empty the water from there into our basin, and this will be used for making leather much more easily than we have been able to before. Another nice easy advancement we can get is this dung pipe here. If we have a look at the recipe, it is just 4 plank slabs and some planks. So we can grab some planks there. I know I'm going to need some wood as well, so I'll bring those out. So I need 6 of those. Well, I need 4 of them really. And 1 of those, and that's a dung pipe. What do we need to do with this to be able to place it? Use dung pipe to pull items out of a block, or use a sewer pipe to pull through solid block. So do we have anything in here? If we can put something in there at least, will this drag it out? No, but it will complete the achievement. So this will just spit out the objects basically. I think if we put it onto, say, what's on here? Yeah, if we put it onto here, it will just spill everything out onto the ground. That's essentially what it does. And then we can put everything back in here. Yeah, everything. Why not? Up to there. And those. Apart from these, keep those out. So what we actually need to do is this weak dowsing rod. So we'll have a look at the recipe for this. Weak dowsing rod is 3 logs and 2 sticks. So we've got all of that already. So, oh no, we don't. I need the logs. There. So we can put that into here and grab a weak dowsing rod. And that will give us the prospecting achievement. So we've got the next is we've got to try and find copper, and then we get to an alloy kiln. So we've actually got the kiln and then the seared furnace. So we've got the seared, is it a furnace or a forge? Smeltery, that's the one, seared smeltery. So yeah, so we've got a fair way to go with these. The way we use this, I think, nothing of interest up to 48, so we just right click on blocks basically, and it does have a duration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that area over there, which looks like the most likely place to have some ore, and just have a search around for some ore, and I will join you back if I find any. Well, I haven't found any ore deposits yet, however, I have just found this copper cluster on the ground. These are now showing as well as rocks on the ground, so we can just collect up little copper clusters off the ground without actually having to mine for them. And I suppose this is, what, a coal? Oh, excellent, we've got some coal. So yeah, we've got surface coal as well. And coal is going to be really important because we're going to need to get a load of torches. And you can use coal or charcoal for torches, of course. But I think if we can get a nice supply of coal, that'll be a bit easier than trying to make charcoal. So I'm going to go around and collect up a load of this and keep searching for any ore nodes underground that I can find. Okay, finally I've found some. If we come down here, you can see found azurite 9, and so this is going to give us some copper. I've got a single totem torch which I've taken from the side of a road here, and we're going to dig down. I'm going to dig down in the 2 wide and then fill it all back in afterwards. And come down here, and then when we get to here we need pickaxe. So we just go down as we normally would. Hopefully it won't be too far down. But we know that directly below us here there is a decent stash of copper. Hoping that we can get it with a stone pickaxe as well. We should be able to. And here we go. This is azurite. So if we try and collect this, get to the copper. Excellent, that's the one we wanted. So we try and collect as much of this as we can while we're down here. What I think I'm actually going to do is, because there's a lot of this, there's a huge amount of it, I'm going to pillar back up and I'm going to place a marker where this is so that I know where it is. I'm going to get my pick upgraded, and then we can come back here at a later date and gather up the rest of it. But we do have enough at the moment so that we can finish the rest of the quests that we need to do. So there we go, I've placed a little pillar here, and this is the entrance to it just here. If we take this piece off here, you can see that goes right down underneath. So I'm actually going to place 2 on there so that we don't accidentally drop down completely when we get to take that bit off. What we need to do now is pillar down this side, and we are right down at the bottom again. And now that we're back at base, I did try to get the surface copper that I got before, the malachite I think it was, the copper chunks. I tried to fire them in a furnace, that didn't work, so I ended up putting them into the melter. And that has actually created some molten copper within our melter here. However, we can't actually get it back out. On the back I've put a faucet and a table, however we can't make the castings yet, so we can't get an ingot cast yet. So if I pull this out of here, it'll just create a copper plate, and we don't really want copper plates at the moment. Another thing I've done to make it easier to get across to that side is I have made a little dirt bridge that goes, kind of sweeps up and onto that side. That's a 3 wide dirt bridge, just makes it easier to get up to there. There will be a bridge over here eventually anyway, and I think that's quite a nice pattern to be able to do a proper bridge over when we get time. So the next stage in this, and the last bit we're going to do today, is this alloy kiln, all mixed up. Build the alloy kiln from immersive engineering to create bronze. You'll need 8 kiln bricks in a 2x2x2, and right click with the engineer's hammer to create the structure. Now this engineer's hammer is a little bit awkward because we need copper ingots. If we have a look at the engineer's hammer, and here you can see we need 2 copper ingots, a string and 2 sticks. So all the rest is fairly easy, but we do need the copper. So we're going to need to be able to get copper before we can start producing the casts and everything. So we need to be able to get this copper out of here without using the table. So if we take this table away and grab hold of that, instead we can make a basin, so a casting basin, and this will allow us to produce an entire block of the copper. And I have got a single block in here complete, so all we need to do is dump out all of that into there, and that will produce a block of copper for us. And then we're going to need to bash that with an anvil. So we need stone for this. I've got some stone being created in here. I've got 16 of it there. So we need what is it, like that, and then like that, and there's a stone anvil, and we also need a stone mallet. So stone mallet, need sticks, so one stick and one of those gives me a stone mallet. So we can place this down, just there. We can grab our freshly forged piece of copper, like that. We can get the stone mallet and hopefully just bash this. It's right click. And there we get 9 copper ingots. So now with some string, where's my string? There it is. I've got the sticks. I should now be able to build an engineer's hammer. There we go. And now for the actual kiln bricks themselves. Let's have a look at the recipe for that. So these kiln bricks are 2 bricks and 2 sandstone. In this kiln here, I have been putting through a load of the clay to turn into bricks. They spit out the side of it there with this dung pipe. That goes into this hopper and into this chest, where we have a load of bricks now, and we've got a single piece of sandstone in there. I was just making sure the recipe was correct. And then down here on the coast, I have a couple of strainers set up, which should be getting me some sand. And we'll see if that is enough. I'm going to need, how many? 8. I'm going to need 16 in total, so that's definitely not enough yet. I need another 10. So I've got a while to go until these produce enough of it. So I will be back as soon as the recipes are ready. So now we have 16 sandstone, so we can place those into there, and put those in as well for the bricks, and that means we can get 6. Oh, it's actually 2 per, so we've got too many there. Never mind. Didn't need quite as many as I thought, but there we have all mixed up. That is the next one we need. And so now we need to use the alloy kiln to produce bronze ingots. So let's get this thing set up just over here. Set this up on the back side here. That one, and there. And then if we use the engineer's hammer, we right click on this and that becomes a alloy kiln. This alloy kiln, if you have a look at the recipes for it, it needs some form of heat source, solid fuel heat source, and 2 different types, so we can place the, where's our copper ingots in there, but we're going to need to get tin, and that's something I'm going to do between episodes. I've shown you the process to get copper today. I've been having a look around for tin and haven't really been able to find much, well, any to be honest, at all. So I'm going to, between episodes, have a look for some tin, get some tin, and next episode we will be starting off by making up some bronze in there. So we can get bronze, and then we will be on to, hopefully, onto the seared smeltery. So thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.